YouTube, Willow Dragonfly here. A little bit of magic in the mundane this morning. We're going to make some gluten-free cinnamon rolls with a little bit of pumpkin spice and maple sugar glaze. The basic cinnamon roll recipe I found online. I'll try to link it below. I think I still have the website. I can Google it anyway. So a little bit about cinnamon rolls. Warm, homey, good time of the year for them. To me, they're also a good thing if you celebrate Mabon or any of the harvest solstice, sabbats, esbats, whatever, however you want to look at it. To me, it's the season, it's the time of the year. This is a time of year for slashing off the old stuff, so to speak. That's how I look at it. And filling up with warmth and, protection, getting ready for the cold snap that's coming up. So, yeah, I like to get rid of all the old, fill up with all the new warm, and go from there. It's kind of like, getting ready for new beginnings. So, some of the ingredients that will be going into this all have different meanings for me and what my intent will be as my family eat these, myself included. Things like eggs, okay? Eggs, definitely a symbol of new beginnings and fresh starts. We'll just obviously not be using the egg shell, which is a symbol of protection, but the inside of the egg itself. Brown sugar. Now, I put multiple types of brown sugar in my container. So I have some separated out for some different recipes, but a lot of my cookies and stuff just kind of get a mix. Now, brown sugar, why do you think? For me, brown sugar is actually white sugar that has been mixed with molasses. And the darker the sugar, the more molasses it has in it. Molasses is sticky, thick. So for me, it's kind of a binding, having all of the goodness that I'm putting into this, all my intent bound together. The other thing with it is, as a kid growing up, my grandmother used molasses for lots of things. My grandmother's home was full of warm love, great memories. When I think of her, I just feel blanketed in that loving feeling. So molasses is something, she always made molasses cookies, and I don't know, there's molasses and everything for her. So there's that memory, that nostalgia that kind of makes my intent a little bit stronger. But basically, molasses is kind of a binder to bind all my intents together and everything. Cinnamon. This is just a organic, generic powdered cinnamon. Now, cinnamon to me is a bit of a protection. It's warm in taste, but a lot of cinnamon can be spicy, hot. It can be a deterrent. So that is to keep away the negative energy. So warmth for the family and reflect that negative energy away. Pumpkin spice, because who doesn't love pumpkin spice? It symbolizes the season for me. So it symbolizes that sloshing off the old, that kind of thing. And the things inside of pumpkin spice: ginger, okay, warmth, nutmeg. Nutmeg is really a hard nut, so to speak. That is another protection element. Allspice. Allspice. I guess I would see allspice as a protection as well, warding off bad things. I don't know if you've ever tried to bite into an allspice berry. It's kind of hard, or at least, dried. I don't know if they're not hard. Basically seeds. Whatever. So they're hard. And they have a little bit of a bite to them. So again, the protection, that warning, to that negative energy that may be coming at you. Let's see what else we got. Some milk. Okay, again, milk to me is a symbol of new beginnings. It's what all babes are fed with. So it's just one of those things that, again, mixed with the warmth of sloshing off all the dead things, getting rid of all that negative energy. You got, when you remove something, you have to fill that space. In my mind, you have to fill that space. If you remove something from your body, an organ or whatever, your body will fill it up with fluid until it can heal itself. So it's the natural way of things. When you remove something that was there, for that space to get filled up. I like my space to be filled up with warmth and positive energy. And we got some maple sugar. It's kind of got to be stirred up a bit. So maple sugar looks just like, I don't know if you can see that, like a really light brown sugar. And it is literally made from maple sap that's just boiled down until it turns to a sugar. Nothing added to it, it's just sap. Boiled until it turns to sugar. That is strength, the strength from the tree, the life from the tree. To me, that it's grounding. It's the whole, when you look at a maple tree, big and strong, some nice good syrup, sap, strong tree. So you're bringing that strength into the mix of it all. So let me see if I can adjust this down, and you can see some of my ingredients here. Now I can't see what you see, so hopefully you can see something. All right, so bring you back up. My messy kitchen in the back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through I'm going to mix all the ingredients. I will, I don't know if I have enough time on my phone to kind of do everything. So I might pause it here and there and show you like the ingredients afterwards. Most of this is you're going to follow a recipe. I don't think you need to measure out every ingredient and show it to you, but I will say that because this is gluten-free, the flours are a little bit different, and the way the ingredients react to each other are a little bit different. There's gluten is a binder, and this doesn't have that natural binder, so things have to be like eggs are a little more eggs as opposed to like a full gluten recipe would be. But anyway, because they work a little bit differently and the consistencies differently, I do everything by weight as opposed to measurement. So it may say 1 cup, or in this case, it's like 4 cups of flour, which is 580 grams, something like that. So I do everything by weight. Wait, is it fine? Yeah. 560 grams. It's actually written down over there. So I do everything by weight because it just makes it a little bit better. So we're going to start with, I say so a lot. It's just the way it is. What I do is I put my bowl on top of the scale. And I guess we can do that. So put my bowl on top of the scale. This bowl's a little bit bigger. So bowl on top of the scale. Make sure it's zeroed out. And then I start adding my ingredients. So I'll start with some gluten-free flour. You can mix with a spoon, or you can mix by hand. However you want to do it. Or a mixer, I suppose. I don't know. And here's where I remembered to add the butter. Okay, YouTube, I have about 3 minutes of memory on my phone, so let's see what we can do. I got the cinnamon rolls all out, and because I didn't put butter in the filling, it made an awful mess. Let's see if you can see my pan is covered. I'll probably edit that out. So, here are the cinnamon rolls. They don't look too bad, and I did taste one. They're not too bad. All right, so there you can see the cinnamon rolls. They don't look too bad. They have been cooling for a little bit. So we're gonna make the glaze, which is 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then a tablespoon of milk. Oops, not that milk. So what I had done earlier was I had mixed maple sugar and milk. And that's what we're going to use for the glaze. You just mix that in. And because it's the maple sugar and milk, it may actually take a little more than a tablespoon. Basically, you want to mix it until it's spreadable. It won't be quite as thick as frosting. And I'm going to pause you just for the sake of time. Okay, you can see I put a cookie sheet underneath my rack here because the glaze may run off. And now we're just gonna glaze these. And obviously you can do more or less as you see fit.